Interesting time. Oh, interesting racing line as well from Sick. Yeah. Right, it is a bit better. That is good. It's not perfect, but it's better. Because the max is only 720p, but still more enjoyable. And now we see the biggest skill issue in all of road racing: slipstreaming Sick. Joking. Right. I can't. I genuinely can't see much. Well, I can, but can't. If you get what I mean. Sig has actually used a lot more energy. He's used like 5% more. Ah, okay, right. Now I can see. And there's not much happening, but let me just see. I'm just testing stream quality, really. I'm not testing commentary skills. Right now, also commentary. Right, so the King Kong dude has appeared to pass it gamer in Mercedes because he wanted. So, an interesting livery he has decided to put on. Oh, and now Sick has decided to get past him because he's actually a better driver. And because the King Kong dude has paid for verified Twitter, he is already a big L. I'm joking. Um, Sick seems to have more speed, but he's corner cutting quite a bit more as the King Kong dude tries to get away from any chance of being slipstream. 4 tenths across the line as they start lap 9. Both up front wing. King Kong dude deciding to use 6-9 because he feels like it. Into turn 1, Sick uses like a little bit less the apex, but he does carry a bit more speed, but can't get past King Kong dude. As okay, Sick Gamer's definitely got. He's struggling like me, basically. What I'm doing, like struggling to brakes. As now they head down the back straight. Well, it's not really back straight, but and Sick is really struggling here. He's jumping on every curb. He's got 36 corner cuts. He's got 5% less energy. King Don Dude, who's clearly paid to win, joking, um, as he gets a big slide and bursts over Stick Gamer and round into I don't even know what corner that is. And King Kong is very wide. Sick Gamer who doesn't have brakes. Oh, and his Sick Gamer has gone into gravel. He's managed to keep it, but oh, and Sick Gamer's just cut the whole corner. How nice. He definitely got to get disqualified, and he's gone very well anyway. So that's his problem. But on his head at least. So new racing line. I'd love to see it. I thought the Duolingo bird. Of course, he's having to do lessons in the car, and it's getting questions wrong. So the Duolingo bird take away his brakes. Of course. As now they're going to round to start the final lap very shortly. King Kong dude right behind Sick Gamer, almost side by side in the final corner. So King Kong dude will get a big slipstream down the main straight. Gets very close to the wall. Very good racing line though. And King Kong dude's already ahead. I mean, he might have cut the corner, but still got ahead. Start the final lap. Final lap starts, and King Kong dude is now leading. However, he decides to jump in the air on the curb, and Sick Gamer does him in turn corner on the apex. But Sick Gamer decides to go to Bahrain at turn 2, and King Kong just gets past. However, he's going to have a good back straight slipstream. Well, not really. But Sick gets much better speed because a lot wider, but it doesn't get CC, so it's fine. And King Kong Dude has the best slides, and King Kong Dude's gone on the side of the track, and King Kong Dude almost hits the wall and almost dies. But Sick Gamer's now ahead, and he'll be cheering in his mind. Sick Gamer, who's done absolutely nothing but corner cuts or race, dominant drive, and he just cuts. Yeah, okay. And he cuts himself just as a victory dance. It's not a victory dance, but like, I don't even know what to call it. He's got 50cc, and he's not even quicker than King Kong Dude. What an L. What's the keybind for lap times? Oh, there is none. Ooh. However, can the King Kong Dude fraud his way back into the race lead? I have to find out. There's 2 corners to go, and I don't think he can fraud his way back to the lead unless Sick Gamer becomes actually sick and vomits all in his car. As round the final corner, Sick Gamer. Oh, King Kong has gone in the pits because he wants to try to corner cut the final corner. Sick Gamer goes very wide onto the gravel. Bro thinks it's Carlos Science Scud emoji, and Sick Gamer wins by a second. Yeah. I could go on driver testing and start commentating on people's laps. Yeah, I'll have a look. I think Gosha's just grinding on there. Well, he was. Have a look. Well, there were a couple of people. Well, Daker's done a 083. Gosha's done a 9.4. We got this guy who's done 24 laps, just out on track. Who's just left. What an L. Well, I'll join back because everyone just left, of course. And it seems you left as well. How brilliant. Man, I give up. Like, can people just be? Like, what is everyone on? Right, it's Hot Lap Simulator. Right. They were. I saw the app's always lying. It's so bad. How am I streaming on the window? No, I'm not. Right, Gosh has come to do some laps because he obviously wants to win the World Championship for. And if he gets accepted, Pretoria Government Racing. Well, I don't know if it's government racing. It's a very interesting story, actually, that team. How they formed. Because we had some sort of government in RacePath, and like 3/4 of the government broke away. And they've made their own government, and then they've made a racing team for RacePath Formula E, and of course we've had the merge. Because the guy who Philip, he's from Montenegro, and of course they're always very into evolutions all the time. So, I mean, that explains why. But at the same time, I just want to commentate. Well, not it's not really that, but like, it's low, but it's at least something. It's better than nothing anyway. Right, let's go on board with Gosha because he is the biggest skill issue. I have noticed. Fixed is probably nicer for a race. Onboard will be nice for quali. Yeah. Right, Gosha, round the final corner to start a lap then. I don't even know, there's not a timer, so I'm just going to have to time myself. And there's no leaderboard. Gosha, of course, finding out that there's no track limit at turn 1, so he does that. And almost hits the barrier. Right, and now onto the big corner, which I'm very annoyed there's no sponsors at because I don't have a braking zone anymore. Into the new bit, well, not really new, season 6. Why is half his car disappearing when I'm on board with him? So weird. Anyway, on to the chicane. That was fairly new because the event organisers at Formula E realised that they have shit brakes and had to build a new chicane so they don't go straight on. And the stadium section, one of the best stadiums in the world for motor racing, of course. Of course, another couple being like Race of Champions. They have stadiums and they have track inside it. I went 1 year to the Race of Champions. It was very nice. Yeah, I think it was 2015 or 6. It was the one in London. I remember a couple of things about it. They had like an F1 car on display. Anyway, gosh, you're on the corner and he does a 9900 and hits the wall immediately. What an L. Let's go with. Are you driving? I can't spectate. I can only spectate Gosha. That's weird. Rejoin. I'll probably try up the quality if I can. Because it's kind of shit. Anyway, around the final corner, the King Kong dude who's apparently had a shit lap. Final corner. What would it be? Yum. Timing line smaller. Someone's gone very wide at the final corner. It might be Gosha. On the final corner, and he sets a 9. Nah, he's done 45,000 slower and almost kills himself at turn 1. We'll now go on board with Gosha. Well, not really on board because it's kind of broken. We'll go on board anyway. Into this section, right, like everything disappears. I'll see on stream. It could be graphics. It could be just spectate. Anyway, round. Because I'm not going to full graphics. I'm just. Because otherwise, I'm not going to have good frames as well. Into the stadium section of Gosha. Let's see if we can improve on this lap. Rotates it nicely. Ooh. Has he just cut the corner? No, got away with it. That's interesting. Gosha's already finding all the cuts. No one knows so fast. And final corner, it's kind of a wide line actually for Gosha. That's not where you really want to position your car, but it's still a racing line. Round the final corner, across the line, and he does a 9.2 and improves by almost 7/10. And of course, I can probably read King Kong's mind, and he's not very happy because he's not as close to Gosha. Right, this lap or next lap when you cross the line? Right, I'll carry on. I'll go on 6. Oh, 6 crashed. Oh, he's just rejoined. Sick broke his wheel. That's interesting. See if Gosha is any up on this. Oh, it's reset over lap times. Interesting. Oh, anyway. we'll have a look if Gosha improves this lap. He's just tapped the wall there, so I don't think he will. He's probably lining up to start one. We'll have a look at King Kong Dude though, because he's a better driver. Right, so round final corner start lap. One of the biggest corners in Formula E. That is very wide though. I can understand because I've done that so many times. Round the final corner to start lap. Nice and wide line, but it's not very nice because you just hit the wall. And that's already compromised his start of a lap. And he doesn't know there's no CC at turn 1, so he used normal racing line. Into turn 1. Oh, he's hit the wall and he's spun because he has a skill issue. Right, let's go back on with Gosha. Gosha's on the lap. I don't know how much he's up by because someone's not put a timing board thing. And Sick Gamer's had a skill issue. He's just gone straight on. Right, into the stadium section then for Gosha. Oh, climbs a curb. That might have lost him a bit of time. Nicely rotates. Something I can't do for some reason. Get on the curb. Cut a corner. It can go higher, but it will lag quite a... Well, not a bit, but like... Well, a bit, but not quite a bit. And of course, if I want to do streaming, it's not going to help me. Round final corner for Gosha. It's not been the cleanest of laps, fortunately for him. Man in Russia doesn't improve. And skims the wall. I look at Sick. Just starting lap now. It's turn 1. Clips the barrier. What a now. Let's see if King Kong Dude improves. Okay, and King Kong Dude just cut every corner. As usual. Alright, to start lap then. King Kong Dude. Rounds for longest corner in Formula E. Well, I'm just saying that without actually knowing, but whatever. Round final corner to start lap. Turn 1. Doesn't use a Gosha racing line. I hits the wall. That's already ruined his race, or I'll say race, but like lap time. And very cleanly gets back round. We'll have a look at Sick Gamer now. Let's see if he actually does a sick lap. Not as nice looking as Gosha's, but he's still hooked up nicely. Gosha around on the corner obviously won't improve. He's just gone very wide as well. He doesn't improve, of course. Round final for Sick. What can Sick do? And Sick across the line. He does an 11.4. I mean, he has clipped the wall a few times, but it's not the greatest of laps at all for Sick. Oh, and he's just hit the wall again, so he's probably done that on his hot lap. We can't confirm. It'll be nice to have a timing board because now I can know who's on a lap and who's not. You're on one or you're just starting one. Okay. We'll go on board until everything disappears, which it just has. So we'll go on orbit. No, I'll go fixed. Go. Right, into turn 1. Actually realises there's a CC there, or no CC there, and he's hit the wall already. What an L. Blocks pit entry, so no one can exit. Very smart tactics. And you got discount generation going in a car. That's interesting. Right, gosh, around the final corner. Let's see if he frauds his way to another lap. Improvement. And he does by 95 thousandths a second. Exactly on a 9.2. And they're just hooked up the turn 1 very nicely. He's still quite a way off Dakar's fastest lap. But he is still on a good run here. Is Gosha. Man who did win a couple of races in Race Path. I think he's raced in RIA and has won some races there. I'm not entirely sure because I don't really follow league racing or road racing anymore. He clips the barrier, and then now he's coming round into the stadium section here. Only an improvement in the middle sector, but the first sector was a very good lap. It must be said. He has hooked up nicely in the final sector so far. And I say this because he's just gone very wide, almost hit the wall, keeps the car out of the wall, round the final corner, across the line in a couple of moments' time. Hispanic XC has joined and has just made a leaderboard go kill itself. Round the final corner, and Gosha doesn't improve. I think his first sector was good. His middle sector wasn't great. Let's have a look at Sick Gamer. He's on a lap. Well, not really, but he might not be. Okay, he's just got the corner. Never mind. Discount Generation has stopped at the pit exit. I'll get King Kong Dude instead. King Kong Dude runs from the corner, and he is very hesitant to start a lap. He clearly doesn't want to have a good lap to scare Gosha. What are you doing with Sick? Well, you've already ruined your lap, so I don't know why you're still trying to get one. Exactly. I can't spectate a couple cars, by the way. Well, not a couple cars. I can only not spectate XC. I have reset the camera. Oh, he's just left anyway, so it's fine. Oh, he might have left before I was able to spectate him. Anyway, Gosha around final corner. Let's see if he actually does a good lap this time, which he doesn't. It's not. Well, it's not. I don't know if it's a bad lap or not. And he hits the wall and spins, and he'll be praying he doesn't do that in a next week and a bit. In fact, King Kong Jr. is just waiting so he can get a slipstream off some random person. Discount Generation has reset his car. Sick Gamer is just coming around the stadium now. He's just passed you. Oh, and he's just missed a slipstream. It is a big slipstream game here, as we saw last season when I raced. In Formula E, in real life, but in last season as well, we saw it was a big slipstream game in qualifying. It was very, very powerful. I think it was too powerful, but anyway, into turn one, doesn't cut the corner like Gosha does, and stays in the limits. Sick Gamer has improved, it seems, for once. And okay, King has just missed the apex by a mile. He's gone to actually he's gone to United States. That's how wide he went. Where he lives, actually, I think. Is that right? Yeah, you do. Gosha, of course, has hit the wall. He's not on the lap. Apparently, there's Obama in. Oh, Sick Game has stopped. Will be Gosha then, the first to start a lap. We'll see if he doesn't screw up. Victoria. When will the teams get announced, by the way? You have already released it. When? Oh, and Gosh has already missed a corner. In team lineups? No. Where was it? Applications. June 10. So teams will be getting 7 days. When's June 10 is Saturday. Okay. Double Santiago. I'm hyped for that. It says closed. Oh, that's interesting. See, it closed on June 10. Don't know when you announce it. Should announce a week before. Anyway, Gosha gets a very, very good slipstream off the back of the King Kong dude, so you'll want to back out the slap. And Gosha's pinned it anyway. Never mind. Don't back out. Into. I don't even know what this is called. There should be a name for it. It probably is. Just don't know it. Nice double apex as he comes round and is about to hit the new chicane. Gosh has been taking that new chicane a lot slower than I've just seen, interestingly. Into the stadium section, hits the wall, I think. Well, I can't really see. And doesn't cut the corner a little bit like Gosh has been doing. Around the final corner, it's been a clean lap so far. Don't know if will be improvement. And the final corner. Cross line. He doesn't improve. What a big L. A second slower. Oh, Gosh hit the wall again. Where's Sick? Oh, Sick. It's not on the lap then. Or you might be on the lap, but I don't know that. Well, if I don't know. Yeah, I'll have to figure out myself. Nice jump. Well, you're obviously not on lap anymore, and you've just had a skill issue. So I prefer watching. Gosh, yeah. Sick has given up on being fast for some reason. Interestingly. Yeah. Right, Gosha, starting lap now. Turn one. And he hits the wall, and he goes straight on. Oh, look at the King Kong then. It's turn one. Doesn't do the same mistake. Well, that was very clean, actually. Into the chicane. Hits the wall! That's not clean anymore. And I'm going to go for some laps because I can't bother watching these people crash every 10 seconds. Let me see what I can do in this. I've not really been able to have very good laps yet. I'll turn my graphics down. Driving in stream is like impossible, but whatever. Yeah, in terms of who's going to be streamer, they're probably going to be commentator, right, as well. Ah. Crunch and Doc moment. I'll stop the stream, I can't bother anymore. I'll just